Hi, I'm Stephanie Soltis, and I'll be doing my physical exam on Dolly. Dolly is a 20-year-old Palomino Belgian mare, and I'm going to go ahead and start from far away and assess her general attitude. So, to me, she's obviously annoyed by the flies that are terrible right now, but she is bright, alert, and reactive. She's standing on all four legs, so there's no lameness that I can see, no resting her feet. She's obviously a little bit irritated. I'm going to go ahead and look at her back end for symmetry, for her muscle symmetry, so her hindquarters look symmetrical. Look at this side. Her hair coat looks good. She's a little bit dirty, she needs brushed, but her hair coat generally looks good. Look at her from the front. Her face looks symmetrical, her chest looks good. So her muscles all look symmetrical to me. And now that I did that, I'm going to go ahead and assess what I think her body weight is. And I'm probably going to put her at about 2,000 pounds because she's a pretty big one. I know she's about 17 hands. And BCS-wise, I'd give her like a, well, I'll probably go ahead and feel it. So I can barely palpate her ribs. She doesn't have fat around her tail head. I'd probably give her a 6 out of, yeah, I give her a 6 out of 9 because she could lose a little bit, but she's in good shape. So I'm going to go ahead and start at her face. Hello. And go ahead and look in her ears first. So looking for any discharge, any alopecia. So I don't see any of that. Those ears look good. Oh, and I forgot to mention I don't have a handler today because we don't have enough people. So if I had a handler, they'd be on the same side of the horse as me and be ready to pull the horse away just in case. But I'm kind of on my own, so the real life situation here. So she is tied to a tree today. So, and we were going to use the barn, but the studs weren't happy about it. So that's what we're doing. And so I'm going to look at her eyes. And can I look at your eyes? And they both look clear. She has a little bit of discharge, but it's probably from the flies bothering her. Her palpebra are normal. I'm going to go ahead and do the menace. So she responded to that. So that means that her facial nerve is working. Pupillary light reflex. I'm going to get my pen light. Hey lady. Go ahead and see if her pupil constricts, which it does. And it should. There we go. So it constricts on both sides, so she does have her pupillary light reflex intact. The palpebral reflexes are there. She's annoyed at me. Hey lady. Let me see your face. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and look at her nose. There's no nasal discharge. I'm looking at her nose. So go ahead and grab. She doesn't want me to look in her mouth. So I can see her Galvani's groove goes all the way down. Feel it. So she is about 20. Look at her bottom teeth and how they're in wear. So they're like triangular. Looks like her cups have been worn away. You're really fighting me today. I'm going to go ahead and reach in and grab her tongue. We've got some feed coming out of there. You can feel her premolars. There's no points on her premolars. And then I'm going to go ahead and let go of her tongue. And she brings it right back into her mouth, which means that her tongue is working correctly. So, and then I'm going to go ahead and palpate her submandibular lymph nodes, which if they were enlarged I'd feel them better, but there's nothing enlarged, so they're symmetrical, normal sized. And then I want to go ahead and get her facial artery pulse, which is right under her cheekbone. and it feels strong and regular. Ah. Back up. Stand. So I'm going to go ahead and try to take a heart rate from that. So I got, I got about 32 for her heart rate. So that's normal for her. I'm going to go look at her jugular fill, so I can go ahead and hold it off right here on her neck. And I can see it fill as soon as I let go. It goes away. And I'm going to look at her jugular pulse. It should be in the upper part of the neck. She has a normal jugular pulse. It's hard to see, but if she were to have like, there it is. If she were to have like her whole jugular pulsating, it would mean that she has like a heart issue going on, and that would be concerning. But her jugular looks completely normal on this side. I'll go ahead and look at it on the other side when I make my way down and look at the other side. See? You'll have to come over here. So go ahead and assess the jugular pulse on the other side, her fill and pulse. So do that. You can strum it and feel the blood going through it and see it go away. And I can see it looks normal. Over. And you can also go ahead and assess the lymph nodes. They have the prescap and the prefemoral, and if you see any swelling there, then that would be abnormal, but she doesn't have any of that. So I'm going to go ahead and make my way around and palpate each leg. So I'm just feeling for any bowed tendons, any swelling, anything abnormal. So I do notice that she needs to be shod and her toes are a little long, so she's going to need new shoes soon. Thank you. And her hair coat feels good. Like I said, it looked good. She has a couple of nicks here and there from, flies and other horses. Her mane and tail look good. And I forgot to do her digital pulse. I'm going to do her digital pulse back here, see if I can feel anything. And it's not palpable on this leg, which is good. Feel her back leg. Everything feels normal. Tendons feel normal. There's no swelling back here. Cornet feels good. Good girl. And while I'm back here, I'm gonna assess her genitalia. Come around. So I'm just gonna stand as close as I can to her back leg and look, and it looks like her full grown. We're gonna go with her. Her vulva looks normal. Everything looks like it's normal. Her vulvar lips are opposed. The rectum looks normal. It looks like she has a shelf. I'm gonna go ahead and take her temperature. Can't even see, she's so tall. because I really can't get her to stop moving. But if I were to take her temperature, I'd stand right here against her so she can't kick me, put it right here, and normal horse temp is 99 to 101. So I'm going to go ahead and palpate this leg. And actually, she did injure this leg. She has a lot of bites on here from, well, that's probably from injury too, but she has some scabbing on here. And she is a little bit inflamed on the inside of her hock. So, if you come around here, you can see she has like a wound on the inside of her hock and some inflammation. There's no heat though. Everything else feels good on this leg. We have been cold hosing this twice a day, so I'm treating it. And then I'm gonna go to her front leg. Let her know I'm here. Go to her front leg. I'll feet down here. And she's a good horse and she picks up her feet. Good girl. The tendons feel good. Everything feels normal. I don't feel any effusion in their joints. No heat or swelling. Now I'm gonna go ahead and auscultate. So, I actually would have I didn't check all radial pulses, but I would normally check every single digital pulse. So, not palpable there. Horse fly. And then her back legs. Not palpable there. I'm going to go ahead and get the other one in a second. Where'd it go? So I'm going to go ahead and listen to her heart. On the right side. And her heart is sculpt's normal. Oh. There's no murmurs or arrhythmias. There's her heart rate. I already got her heart rate from her facial artery. I'm gonna do her lungs. So I normally do it 2 minutes per area, but I don't have enough time in my video to do that, so I'm just gonna do 3 to 4 areas on each side, listening for any crackles or wheezes. If I thought she had a respiratory issue, I'd be putting a bag over her nose for 30 seconds and then taking it off and listening to her breathe to see if I can hear any sounds. But there's no crackles or wheezes. Cool. But also listen to her trachea to make sure it's clear. And I went ahead and got her respiration at about 20, which is normal for a horse. I'm going to go ahead and auscultate her. She's going to eat now. So we can see if she can eat normally. I'm going to go ahead and auscultate her 4 quadrants for borgamy. So right here on the right side would be her cecum, right by her hip. Ooh. And I would do that for 30 seconds each. She has normal borborygamy, so her cecum is flushing right now, actually. Oh. 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 Now listen down here. Oh. Oh. And she has normal gut sounds. I would normally do that for longer, but for the sake of time, we're not. We normally listen for 30 seconds or more, but for the sake of time, we're not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and go over to this side. Take her over a little bit. And listen to her gut sounds on these quadrants. So, I pointed to hopefully here. She has normal gut sounds or borborygamy there, and then listen down here. No, she has normal gut sounds there, so technically it'd be on our left side we do quadrant 1, 2, and then 3 and 4 on the other side, and then the fifth quadrant would be down under here, and that would be more of a concern if they were having a sand colic, and it would sound like the ocean, but we're not concerned about a sand colic today, so we're not going to listen to that. And then I'm going to go ahead and auscultate her lungs and heart on this side. Ooh, easy girl. I'm going to listen to her lungs first. Ooh. I know. Oh. So her lung sounds normal. You listen to her heart. Right behind your elbow. She has no murmurs or arrhythmias in her heart. And I think that's it. So overall, she's a pretty healthy horse. Only recommendations are to get her reshod and trimmed because her feet are a little bit long, her toes are long, her shoes are coming off, and to continue treating the wound on her back leg, which is pretty much gone down, but we've been cold hosing it and also spraying a solution on it to help with any proud flesh and to help with the healing process. So I think that's it.